Welcome back to the vlog. My name is Ryan. I'm here at Pierce Ferry, Arizona. I think that's what it's called. Anyways, look at this view out here. This was my very first bush gravel runway landing that I've done with my brand new used kit box. And anyway, if you want to see the landing into here, it's a beautiful approach, absolutely gorgeous. There's not even a lick of wind out here. But I was coming up to this place to check it out to see if there's a good place to camp. And sure enough, look at this place right here. Absolutely incredible. So I'm gonna be bringing my boys up here to camp with this view, looking out over the Grand Canyon National Monuments all up in this area up here. There's been helicopters going back and forth ever since I landed. Anyway, we've got about a half hour to 35-minute flight back down to my home base down in Kingman, Arizona. So let's jump in, get out of here. On landing, one of my cameras actually fell off the airplane. It was underneath, there's an inspection panel. So I've got some work to do to make sure that I don't lose any cameras. I've never lost a camera, and I hope not to. Well, as you can see, the runway is, well, very, very flat. Rocks, very, very small, less than the size of a fist. But I'll show you when I get over to the airplane. My tail wheel, I mean, it's a solid wheel itself, or the tire is, but the actual wheel, it looks like it's just like a composite kind of plastic. So I'm not instilling a lot of faith in really anything heavy duty off-roading with this plane yet. I am wanting to get some bigger tires, but with everything in America, everything's on back order, so it might be a couple of months before I actually get them. All right, so here's my tail wheel right here. And like I was saying, I mean, it's a solid tire, but the actual inner part, that just all looks like heavy duty plastic. Well, I hope it's heavy duty. Doesn't look damaged at all yet. And this is only probably like 20 hours old, so it's still pretty fresh. Well, I've been out here for about 45 minutes or so, just checking it out. Let's jump in the plane, get going on a half-hour flight back down to Kingman. We'll do the low route, explore some of these mountains. Two notches. I did one notch last time down in Kingman and didn't really feel like it got off the ground very fast. I mean, density altitude was only 4,000, but... All right, well, there's nobody around. Oil pressure's coming in good. Wow, having A&R sure does make a huge difference. The other headset I have is passive noise resistant, and it works, I would say, just as well if you have brand new earplugs. The only thing I don't like about A&R is if you wear sunglasses, it just ever so slightly messes with it. Here's Ferry traffic, experimental 24 Kilo Bravo, back taxiing runway 19er. Hey guys, I forgot to mention in the video, this week only, if you buy anything off my website for more than 20 bucks, I'm throwing in my SEM course. So normally it's 50 bucks for the SEM course. I'm also running it for 50% off, so 25 bucks if you're not interested in getting sunglasses, checklist box, t-shirt, whatever else like that. So the dates are down below. Make sure you don't miss out. Departure to the south. So if you watch my other video, you'll know that one of my cameras fell off. I'm not putting that camera back on. I just put the regular inspection plate back on for this flight until I can come up with a better method to make sure that there's no way that it can actually come out. Especially on bumpier places like this. All right, doors are locked. That is done. Fire heat radios. Transponder, lights aboard. If we're not airborne before the windsock, then we'll just stop on the runway. Pierce Ferry traffic, experimental 24 Kilo Bravo, departing runway 19er. Pierce Ferry. All right, we're gonna go neutral for this, and then push it forward as evenly as I possibly can, because this plane is just super touchy. All right, fuel is on, trim is set, flaps are good. Let's get out of here. This is my first gravel runway takeoff in this plane.
Kennedy 92, Grand Walk Coast, 5 points to westward.
No dramas. I felt like the tail came up a lot quicker having 2 notches of flaps. Let's get those flaps out of here now. Yeah, so Lake Mead's right down here. Pointed that out when I was coming in here. Pull my power back a little bit. Well, this thing seems to be holding pretty good with just my GoPro sticky mount stuff. I'm sure there's better options. The kit normally comes with Velcro, so if you guys are interested and you have a plane or a flight sim, you want to pick one of these up, a really handy tool covering just your main critical items for takeoff and landing. And yes, I still even use it on every takeoff and landing. Well, it's nice that the winds are very light out today, because it allows me to do things like this. Fly right next to the edge without just getting kind of thrown all around. This thing just wears you out on turbulent days. The last time I flew out here, or last time I flew with my youngest son, I actually took off my wheel pants. That was the first time that I had, when I bought the plane, I had wheel pants, took them off, and it felt like it had lost maybe like 6 knots, but on this flight, I'm still indicating 108 to 110 on average, and that's what it was flying with the wheel pants, so maybe I actually didn't lose any speed at all, which I hope not, because this thing doesn't have much to lose. I am starting to finally feel a little bit more comfortable with my inputs in the plane. Like when I first got in, I was used to heavier airplane and all my inputs were over-exaggerated and a lot jerkier. Now it's like, it's a matter of just pulling on the stick to do what you want to rather than kind of forcing it. As you can see, it doesn't take much to make this thing wiggle all around in the air. Wow, that would be an incredible view looking out over the whole valley. There, as you guys can see, it's bouncing around a little bit now. Let me just quit out of here. Okay, so this is probably why. I'm showing about 103.4 knots, but my speed indicated up here is about 95. Well, these are all mile an hour. I'm so used to talking in knots. 105 miles an hour, 95. So I've got about 10 knots. So I've probably got some swirls coming over top of these mountains right here. And that's, so if you're ever flying in the mountains and you're like, whoa, why is it all bumpy all of a sudden? Kind of gives you an indication of where the winds are going to be coming from and maybe what you shouldn't be doing if you're going to be going landing off airport or something like that. But if you guys know of some way that I can get kind of indicated winds in this airplane, like some little box you can put or something, I have no idea, for like specific areas, not just like generalized, you know, let me know in the comments below. I do read all the comments, and that'd be really cool. Well, it's about 80 degrees out right now. Let's just see, coming over here, 79 degrees out. My oil temp is around 210, which, I mean, it goes all the way up to 230 is still normal conditions. I need to start talking to some other road tax people to see if, like, this is normal. Do I need to get, like, a bigger oil cooler? I have no idea. Like, I literally know, like, nothing about road tax engines. Wow, this is a really cool mountain. Let's go check this out over here. All right, still 99. Yeah, we've got about 10, 12 knots coming this way, so. Now there's another place, Grand Gulch or something like that, that's just over these mountains over here. I'm gonna take you guys to that as well one of these times. I haven't had a chance to go over there yet, see what I mean? But I would like to for sure. I don't know what these tanks are out here for. Doesn't make any sense. Got a couple cows out here, a couple little fences out here, so just need to be careful. Well, not that I'm going to be that low, but. Nothing gets more fun than this. Cruising at like 15 feet off the ground at 100 miles an hour. No winds out here. Doesn't get much better than this. I remember there was a fence up here. Alright, well, let's head over to these mountains. It'd be kind of boring if I just fly down the valley. Here's that fence. Crazy, even though this is a dried bike bed here, there's still remnants of water underneath because there's still some little pockets of little water. Pretty crazy. Well, when I get bigger tires, it's going to allow me to feel a little bit more comfortable kind of touching down in some of these areas. I just don't really feel comfortable with the plastic tail wheel. I could just see if I just hit a rock or something, it could crack that or bust it or something like that, I don't know, but nothing is more relaxing than just putzing along in smooth air at like 50 feet off the ground. Absolutely nothing. Hey, in the comments down below, leave some ideas on what kind of content you'd like to see with this airplane. I'd really love to hear your thoughts. If you guys would like me to maybe organize some fly-ins or maybe some meetups for like patrons or just even viewers, let me know in the comments. I would like to meet some of you guys, and I'd also like to hear what you guys would like to see coming from the channel. Well, I'm about 10 minutes out from my home base down in Kingman. Let's just bring open the app because I know we have service out here so I can get the weather and things like that. Alright, wind 180 at 8 knots, gusting to nothing. 3015, I can switch that just a little bit different. 3015, 3015. So the winds are 180, and the runway, I'm coming in, so we've got runway 21, we've got runway 17. I've never landed on runway 17, and I don't think I've ever actually heard anybody even land on runway 17, so let's land on runway 17 today. The nice thing about Arizona, Nevada, Utah is if you ever have an engine failure or an engine problem where you just need to set it down for some reason, you can do that. Kingman traffic, experimental 24 Kilo Bravo, 10 miles to the north, 3,800, inbound for landing, Kingman. Alright, touchdown, elevation 3360, so 4,400 is what I need to get up to. Let's see if we get the weather now.
Kingman Airport, automated weather observation 1554 Zulu, wind 290 at 03, visibility 10, sky condition clear, temperature 26 Celsius. Dew point 11 Celsius. Altimeter 3018. Remarks. Density altitude 5,200.
290 at 3 knots. So it's a little bit different than what my phone was saying. Alright, well I guess we'll land on runway 03. We'll have a little bit of wind out of the left, but not bad. Let's check our brakes.
Traffic here, 15 Mike's entering runway 21 for left downwind departure, outbound Kingman.
Alright, so he's departing on 2.
Traffic Bonanza 769er X-ray taxiing across runway 17 to runway 21 via Delta, Kingman.
Alright, so he's taking off on runway 21, so we can just use that one, that's fine too. Gonna have a little bit of a crosswind regardless of which way I come in. Fuel is on. Radios are all good. You go around, just power up. Get the flaps out. VREF is going to be 65.
Traffic here, 15 Mike taking off runway 21.
Kingman traffic, terminal 24 Kilo Bravo, 3 miles to the northwest. I'll be flying overhead to join into left downwind runway 21, Kingman.
Kingman traffic, Bonanza 769er X-ray, taking runway 21 for a left crosswind departure to the east. Kingman.
Oh, look at that little runway there. I wonder what that is.
Kingman traffic, Sirius 115, Mike left crosswind, 21 will be departing to the northeast, climbing 6,500, Kingman.
Probably a RC airplane place. That's my guess. Alright, got one plane just rolling now. On runway 21. Yeah, runway 17 does not have any X's on it, so I can use that one sometimes too. Kingman traffic, 24 Kilo Bravo, overhead midfield will be joining into a left downwind. 21, Kingman.
Kingman traffic, Cirrus 115, Mike, without midfield left downwind for runway 21, 4,900 feet, looking for that aircraft overflying.
And you said you're midfield?
For midfield left downwind, departing to the northeast.
I got you on sight. Just following behind you for 21.
Side, thank you, 5 Mike length.
Kingman traffic, Bonanza 769er X-ray on the upwind, left turn left crosswind, runway 21 for departure to the east, Kingman.
4400 is going to be our pattern altitude here. Kingman traffic, 24 Kilo Bravo, left downwind, 21, Kingman. And I think we're just going to land a long ways down the runway. Actually, let's just see. We're going to come in at 60 knots this time. We've been coming in at 65. But I want to start coming in a little bit slower because my VSO should be about 59 knots, or 1.3 VSO. Basically, my stall speed with full flaps times 1.3. Should give me around 59 knots. So we'll come in at 60 and start kind of practicing getting a little bit better at coming a little bit slower. And we'll shoot for like the 500. I've been floating this thing forever and ever and ever, so I don't know how well that's going to work, but we'll give it a go. There's full flaps. We'll keep 65 on base, and we'll slow it on down to 60. Trim is all the way back. Kingman traffic, 24 Kilo Bravo, turning final 21, Kingman.
Kingman traffic, Bonanza 769er X-ray departing to the east, last call, 5,000 and climbing. Kingman.
Nope, just keep floating and floating and floating. Get this door open, it's already warm in here. Well guys, thanks for joining me on this return trip back to Kingman. I'm going to for sure go up there and do some camping up there with my kids. I know that they're looking forward to it, and I've been looking forward to airplane camping for years. I've never done it before. I've always wanted to. So the nice thing about this airplane is it sips fuel. So let's see, once I'm kind of wings level here and stuff, I've got 9, it's kind of bouncing around a little bit now, but looks like I got about 9 in that tank and 12 in this tank. So I burnt about 5 gallons of fuel. So filled up at a gas station yesterday for around $5 a gallon for premium. So yeah, $25 for that flight. That's pretty dang cheap.